Hi, I'm some elusive Fangirl, and today I'm here to finally react to episode 2 of魔道祖师. I keep nearly saying Q. I've recorded so much魔道祖师Q, and even though it was so long ago, I'm still in the mode of just saying it in like one long string. Right. I am going to be reacting to episode 2 of season 3 of魔道祖师. So I was actually going to try and record this yesterday, but it turned out that everything on my system, because I hadn't used it for so long, needed updating, and then I had to play around with OBS again to be able to actually record and make sure that it would record smoothly. And so by the time I'd done all that, it was too late in my household to be able to record. But I'm here now, and whilst I was doing it out of curiosity, I went to see how long ago it was when I recorded episode 1, and it was exactly a year ago today. It was the 15th of July 2022. And I mean, I knew when I first started doing reactions after the period in which I was doing them on a weekly basis, especially for shows that were coming out, that I would not be binging shows anymore or watching episodes as soon as they came out. I didn't expect that a gap between episode 1 and episode 2 could be a year, but here we are. So because it'd been that long, yesterday I rewatched the whole of episode 1, as well as kind of with my reaction just to see, but I ended up basically just fangirling the entire time again. I had forgotten everything, all my comments from the last video, which was basically about the animation, about Lanjan smiling all the time, and just being excited to see it again after so long. Just exactly the same emotions. Nothing really changed. I was just excited, but it was to make sure I had a recap, just to remember what exactly happened. Like, I had a rough idea, but I remember exactly where we left off, what we hadn't seen. So it was really good. So I really enjoyed doing that. This is a bit of a mess, I've realised as an intro. It's been so long since I've recorded, I'm a little bit out of the habit of what to say. But like I started saying, I think like in a couple of recordings ago, I'm going to try and just make sure that I don't have to, I'm not going to try and do loads of retakes. I'm basically just going to go with it. If I cut things out, I'll cut things out, but I'm not going to start over again on the speech. So I'm sorry about the rambling, but this is what I do. If you don't like rambling, probably not the best channel to stick with, because that's all I do, especially when it comes to like after episode discussions. So, yes, no, I'm just extremely excited to resume season 3, as much as it pains me that this is coming to an end, because this is the final, well, I can't think of any other media that could happen with it, but this is the final media which I'm finishing. Everything else I've completed before, as I said in episode 1. So a bit of sadness, as always, when it comes to finishing something, but also just excited because I want to see the conclusion of this and how it wraps up in the donghua. So I'm not going to say too much more. If you would like to follow my socials, then please follow my Twitter. I update on whether I'm recording or editing on there. Now, because I have a community tab, I'll also be putting updates there. Maybe not quite as many as on Twitter, because I don't want to overwhelm people's notifications, but just kind of like, if I'm doing a recording session, I'll probably give a heads up that it's coming, or if I'm announcing, if I'm starting a new show, etc., I'll do it on there as well as on Twitter. But I don't think there's much else. One thing about my comment section. I love speaking to you all and hearing your thoughts on the episodes. Also very happy to discuss like the other media, like things like the Untamed, the audio drama, the novel, in the comment section with you, because obviously I've already seen them and I'm not going to be reacting to them. That kind of these videos are probably the best way to interact with me, or discuss them with me. And so very happy to do that. At this point, I think the spoiler thing is a little bit late. I'd hope that anyone watching this has watched this entire season, so they don't get spoiled with regards to that. However, I am aware that some people might still be just starting the donghua and maybe only have watched the Untamed, or are doing the donghua first and then going to go on to the Untamed, which I would recommend. I recommend checking out the Untamed if you've only checked out the donghua, because I wasn't sure about live actions, but the Untamed was really good. Like, there's it has its own kind of adaptation of the storyline, some extra stuff they put into it, some things they've changed slightly narratively, but it makes it quite fun because you get to see a little bit of a different story. So even though the general story will be the same and the same story that you've hopefully loved whilst watching this, it does kind of give it a little bit of a new spin on it. So it's not like you're just watching the same thing being repeated and regurgitated. It is kind of like almost its own thing. It is basically its own thing. If you're discussing about the Untamed, it's going to be slightly different to discussing any of the other魔道祖师media, because I feel like even slightly characters can have slightly different feelings in terms of just how they're portrayed, especially by live action actors, etc. I'm rambling way too much. I'm so sorry. Anyway, the point of that was that with regards to my comment section, I'd really appreciate that if you are going to talk about something other than the donghua, I'd really appreciate it that at the start you could put spoilers, and when what media that or if it's going to be another show, mention what show the spoiler is going to be for, just so that if anyone's just having a look through the comments, they know to avoid that one if they haven't yet watched or listened or read that one, so that they're not getting spoiled. It also means that if it happens to be a different show I haven't yet seen, I can also just ignore it. I don't know why it'd be in the comments, but if you do fancy having a chat with someone else in the comments, then it means I can just keep back until I've seen the show. So it just helps a lot. It's really disappointing when things get spoiled. With long gaps between recordings, I've been trying very hard not to get myself spoiled. Unfortunately, because I have social media, and actually, to be fair, most of it because I follow a lot of, or I'm subscribed to a lot of reactors, I often see thumbnails or titles. I'm trying to scroll past, try not to look at them, but occasionally a word will stick out, especially when it's like bold caps and kind of made really clear. I'm probably going to see it, which is a bit of a shame, but lucky for魔道祖師, I'm aware of the story, so it's only going to be, it would only have been spoilers as to what it would actually show in the donghua. So I've only had a very, very minor ones for the donghua, and I'm just excited. I don't know, I'm rambling too much again. A bit nervous here because it's been so long since I recorded, so I'm going to be quiet now and get on with this. Wow. Sorry. Anyway, if you've stuck with me this far, thank you. Though, to be fair, considering the length of this starting section, I would not have faulted you for skipping straight to the reaction. Okay, so I'm just really excited to get to this. I'm just really excited, so let's get to this. Also, sorry if I keep looking towards my monitor. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is working correctly, considering all the changes I've had to do, all the updates I've had to do. Also, my main way of testing if recordings were going okay was rewatching the opening and checking to see if there was any kind of lagging or issues with the recording. So I've not been paying a huge amount of attention, but I've just been watching it quite a bit and adore it. I'm just so happy about it. So I'm gonna try and pay attention to the lyrics this time. All the music across the魔道祖師platforms, media, has been fantastic. This has got me too excited. Anyone who watched the魔道祖師Q reactions know how obsessed I am with Drunk Lang Jan. God, there was so much great badass moments with Moijin and Lan Zhan. Last episode, it was fantastic. I'm assuming we're going to get more. I'm so excited. Oh no, he's not trying to do anything to you. Oh. Ooh, what a fantastic choreography I'll never get over. Also, that face. Oh, just the spin he did when he landed. In fact, he managed to catch both Jinling and his sword. Oh my god, what the heck? Okay. Quite impulsive. I'll never... Namwonji! Najan! Oh, he's always so cool. That's just always. Always oppressed with CGI in the show. It's just always so well. Okay, there are times where it can be a little bit what's the word? It stands out. Sometimes it can stand out quite a lot, but actually most of the time they blend it in so well with not only the real imagery but the 2D animation. It's fantastic. Like just the 3D trees with the kind of the paper and the cloths over them. It's like it's incorporated into all the backgrounds, just even if it's slightly. Fantastic. Fight choreography. Wow. Wei Wuxian being able to defend himself just with his hands and Chenqing, no, not Chenqing, and his flute. Just, he's so skilled. It's too much. He's so cool. He's the coolest. Oh my god, smirks. Oh god. Love the way he twirls his flute. Creepy. Oh, was that with the tongue? Yes. God, that's creepy. I think that's even worse. Not what I expected. It's also very interesting. We've only seen Jinling at this point. I wonder if we'll see anyone else. Weird, I didn't expect them to be in the neck. I thought it was literally in the back of the skull. He senses a story's afoot. Is this Wei Wuxian seeing this? And is this a form of empathy? Because... Whoa. Oh my god. So sassy. My knee! Oh god, the change in attitude and body language. It's fantastic. Uh-oh. This is the same as the last episode, the music. I don't remember魔道祖师having... I assume this is this particular character's kind of theme. Oh, okay. Did you find... Did Lamonji find some juniors? Ooh. Slightly... Oh. Slightly red-coloured eyes, but like naturally slightly red-coloured eyes. I like this voice for him. From the OP. So is this Lamonji? Or is the junior listening in to hear more about what's actually happening? His little fangs as well. God, the Pepper dolls are really creepy. Oh. Oh, the imagery with the animals is always really interesting. But that one, like the dismantling of a spider by the ants, I think it was a spider by the ants. Like just them carrying off its leg as it's still writhing. Yes, it's not G. There's the boys. There are the boys. I'm a rascal. Well, you don't know who they are yet. Not obviously he's putting on an act, but still. Nope, we fight. Now, would you? No. Oh, just wait, which I'm being very cool. Oh. Now, Lamunji. Oh. I love him. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're the juniors. Is this the first time we've seen... I've just... Yes, it is, because we've got the name introduction. Teasing. Poor Jingyi is not well suited to scary situations. Bless him, because he's got to learn to deal with it. Oh, they're just cooking together. I mean, it's true. It's a bit spicy. Oh my gosh. Trying to escape. Just from the smell of it as well. Wake up spluttering. Well, he's gained his energy back. Force it down him. Oh, his arms! And if Hangunjin says so, they've got to. Oh, oh, poor babies! Oh, poor babies! Oh, poor Jingy's this way. Yes. Shh. It's a quick working antidote. Perfect. Oh, it's really interesting to see how Wei Wuxian, and I think potentially Lan Wangji keep seeing glimpses of like spirits when they're not doing inquiry or obviously doing empathy. That's the thing, they have to like go against ghosts and like ghouls, zombies, monsters. They have to get used to scary things. Yes, he gets it. He's just ready. He's a brave boy. You've got to believe what Motoron News says when Han Woo-jin banks it up. So many observations. Oh, Shijin. Yes. That's all he does. Ooh. Oh! That's really cute. Very respectful. I like this music. Okay. Is that going to be next episode? We're going to start with them meeting and then going to go to next episode. Oh, the blood. Here we go. U-City. I knew it. Oh, I have not rewatched the ending, so I don't remember much except from I love the art. That's the only thing I remember. Oh my gosh. I love the music, and that through the music we get a chance to see into Lan Wonji's mind. That, oh, gorgeous. Oh my god, beautiful. And gorgeous art. Everything about this, the lyrics, the voice, the visuals. Truly getting spoiled with the songs, which get to express a bit more than sometimes the animation gets to, though. Oh, adorable. So good. I love the chibi. I forgot. I love the chibis in the background. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Yes, so we've properly started the U-City arc, which is very very interesting, but very painful. And okay, just trying to think back with what we went through this episode. So Shui Young's and Wei Wuxian's interactions were really interesting. I really like how they portrayed Shui Yang with the animation. The voice actor, I think, really matches his character. Very cheeky, and the sass in his movements and like how he says things is very good. And I love the fact because Wei Wuxian is not one to be outsassed. He is just going to respond in kind, and it's kind of good. Well, not good. It's cool to see because it's I don't think we've ever seen as sassy a character as Wei Wuxian. So obviously like Zhang Cheng would talk back to him and they'd bicker and stuff when they were younger, but in terms of having kind of like a little bit of a verbal sparring, but not kind of not quite, but kind of almost doing kind of wordplay, but again, it's not quite that, but it's the emotions and the kind of attitudes that they're showing in this. So, like, they've got a very similar attitude when speaking to each other, and it's quite fun to see that play out. It's always really interesting, actually, their interactions, and like the kind of the admiration that Joyoung has for Wei Wuxian, because he obviously was the founder of the demonic cultivation, like the proper cultivation, but also it is reluctant. He's doing this for a reason, so and he obviously is not. He still has things he wants to keep secret, because when Wei Wuxian said, "What I want to know," like, okay, yes, you can threaten the juniors, but actually, what I want to know is to know the truth behind this whole mystery. If you can tell me that, then I'll like consider helping you out with this shattered soul. But Joyoung just went, right, nope, just gonna attack you then. And so yeah, there's like a reluctance to it, but also kind of like, so I don't know how, if I think like Joyoung is like kind of has a reluctant admiration for Wei Wuxian, or I think he probably has like a genuine admiration, like the fact he's managed to come up with these techniques, but he I don't even know how to put it, like, that's as far as it goes. Like, he admires his skills, but that's it. I don't know if he's ever really spoken about Wei Wuxian's character before. I think it's just he knows of his, like, he was the founder and he knows his skills. I don't actually know. He'll have heard stories, obviously, because Wei Wuxian, like, the biggest character in the cultivation world, especially at the point at which he died. Like, that would be everywhere. Like, the height of his fame or infamy, infamousy. But yeah, so Joyoung is a really interesting character, and I'm excited and saddened that I'm going to have to watch this arc play out again, but just always excited because it is a very interesting one. It's quite interesting because it's trying to think if there's a similar thing, but I don't think there really is. It's kind of very much its own kind of almost contained story, and because we know the character, or like, because like, yes, there are connections. Obviously, there's correct connections to what's happening with Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji's journey and their own kind of story. That's how they get kind of brought into it. But it's very much its own kind of contained story with its own characters, and it's kind of, yeah, it's quite an interesting thing to watch within a show. It's like a little show within a show. But as usual, everything just looks fantastic. All the choreography for anything. It doesn't even have to be fighting. Like me freaking out about Wei Wuxian catching Jinling as he was falling from a roof. Just so much thought goes into all the motions that the characters go through, to make them as beautiful and as graceful as possible when it is a cultivator. If it's not a cultivator, it's like, obviously they're done. If it's like a fierce ghost, then it's, you know, more kind of unnatural and creepy. But whenever like a cultivator, especially Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji, doing any kind of actions, it's so graceful and powerful. They really, especially in the last two episodes, I think, they've always kind of emphasized Wei Wuxian's power, but especially kind of like in the present times, like even just things like the fact he smacked the table or kind of pushed with a force of some sort the table towards Joyoung when he was pretending to be Xiao Jincheng. Also, I really apologize about my pronunciation of the names. I know they're going to be off. I'm really sorry, especially when I speak fast. I don't have I can't stop myself from saying them how I always thought they were said. So if they are off, I'm really, really sorry. I do try my best to adjust them, but I do just kind of say them how, because I read the novel before a lot of characters were introduced as well. I said them how I kind of learnt them, but I have tried to adjust them. I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to have the juniors, but thank God we did. And Wei Wuxian's Konji, and I love the scene, just very domestic, super domestic. I love it. Love all domesticity between Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian. Just because Wei Wuxian. I don't know. it's just taking... I think it's Lan Wonji enjoying these simple, small moments with him and just relishing the fact that he has this chance to be with him, and just, you know, he's not taking it for granted. He is going to enjoy it, even though they're in a Paris thing. Like, he's not like blinded by it. He's still serious when he needs to be serious. He's still, you know, if he needs to get Wei Wuxian to calm down or do it, he will. But he's very indulgent for both himself and Wei Wuxian when the situation allows it. So it's really nice to see. So that was really cute with them just around the pot as he was making the congee, and just Jinling just struggling, his little arms all like blurred whilst he was struggling against Wei Wuxian, who was shoving like the congee down his throat, was just great. And poor Shishui and Jingyi, who was trying to run away from the smell, like literally just the smell of the spice in the congee is great. When we got to the part where Ajing appeared. I loved that Jinling and Lan Jingyi like just clutched each other just in fear, like considering how they're always butting heads. It's really funny that they're actually, I think it's kind of a trend, and it is true in real life as well. They're quite similar temperaments. Like Jinling loses his temper, and Jingyi just talks back, which is quite a lot for Lan. Like, it's a big attitude for Lan to have, really. But like, they're both very kind of have very strong opinions, and they're very expressive, but they're always clashing with each other, just like a friendly kind of rivalry kind of thing going on. But it's just that was cute. Can't say too much really about the story. Obviously, I know what's happening. So, I don't know how many episodes we'll spend on it. I feel like the whole of next episode will be the Yi City flashback. I think it will be the whole episode. And that was something interesting. Because we entered it as a flashback. Oh, I can't remember if I'll have a check in a second. Actually, if Wei Wuxian said or made any indication that he'd be using empathy, because I brought it up a few times in the episode, and I think I brought it up in the last episode's reaction as well, that there have been times where he's shown knowledge of a spirit's past life without openly doing anything. So either empathy he can just do, I mean, like, yes, he can just do it, but it's like with such ease that I was just like, oh, is he actually doing it right now, or is this a slightly different technique? I assume it is empathy if that's what's happening. It just seemed like it would be empathy. Just have a quick look, because did he say anything about using empathy? No. We did just go from Wei Wuxian confirming, you know, this is the real Xiaoxing Cheng, he's dead, straight into the flashback. So that's a little bit interesting. And I'll just because I'm interested to see if this will be done fully as a flashback, or if this is just a tease to say that what happened, you know, was 11 years ago, and we're going to go back through empathy, and we'll actually see that interaction. Because I do actually enjoy the scene where Wei Wuxian's coming out of empathy. Just a little bit, I don't know. I think it's just a nice little moment, which would be a bit of a shame. I do like the fact that Lan Wonji is with Wei Wuxian, which it just the chance to see them together more. Just always will appreciate that. So it's not just Wei Wuxian and the juniors, but Lan Wonji's also there. I love the fact that anytime that Wei Wuxian says anything, they're kind of like, well, not so much Lan Sijui, but Sisui, but the others are kind of more reluctant to believe him, but with Han Wenjun behind him basically just nodding along like, yep, no, he's right, what he's saying is true. they have to believe him. So it's quite funny. I like that, and I just love the picture of them with Wei Wuxian sitting in front and like Lan Wangji standing at his back. Like, oh, perfect. Yeah, I am afraid that most of this final season's reactions will be mainly me gushing over the two of them. I mean, obviously the animation as well, the storytelling, it's always so interesting to see how it's adapted, especially since my first introduction with魔道祖师was through the donghua, that season 1 was how I was first learned that part of the story, and I had no kind of a knowledge of how anything had been adapted or changed. For example, like how Wen Chao died and things like that. So it's again, the donghua has another really interesting. It's just so interesting to watch because it's another media. Even though I know the main story, I don't know how they're going to change things up and what they're going to include, what they're going to change. They might take some things away, which I've really enjoyed, but they've also given me lots of stuff which I wasn't expecting, which I also really enjoy. So it's a good mix, and it always means that I don't know what's going to be shown. I don't know what to expect, really. I expect the main plot points will be hit, but all the scenes can be changed. You can still get to that point with a lot of changes in the scenes, even if it is just which characters are present during certain scenes and which ones aren't. I'm afraid I don't really have anything else to say. I think just really enjoying it. Yeah, that's about it. I just really enjoying this episode. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, even though most of it was just me gushing. But I mean, it's nothing really different to other things. I'm just going to be talking slightly less about plot, I believe, in my reactions than I will be about what it's doing with the storytelling or with the animation, the characters, the voice actors, imagery. Yeah, I think it's going to be more kind of almost how this adaptation is presenting the story. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I'm so sorry it's been so long. I mean, to be fair, most of you, none of you would have seen the first episode anyway, but you'll have been waiting for me to finish off the last episode of魔道祖師 Q and actually to post the first episode to YouTube. But I am sorry it's been so long. I'm going to try and record more regularly. I won't make any promises, as I have tried doing that in the past and things have come up which meant that I couldn't. However, I have updated my computer so that it has more storage, and because that was the main reason why I had to stop recording, was that I had a lack of storage for my videos and reactions for me to be able to edit and render them. So that was my main issue, and it has been solved. But yes, anyway, I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I really hope that you join me again for the next episode. If you have any shows you would like me to watch, obviously, as you can see, it takes me a while to get through them. I will be doing reactions where I do one show which I pick from a list of recommendations or ones I've wanted to watch myself, and then the other show will be chosen by my Patreons. At the moment, I have one patron, Liv, and I really greatly appreciate her support. And she has got sole power over what I'm going to be reacting to, which will be the next thing I record. But it shall be a surprise for everyone who's not Liv. But yes, I hope to see you all soon, and I hope to speak to you in the comments if you're interested in having a discussion. And it'd be great to hear your thoughts on the season, if my recording went okay, if you enjoyed it or whatever. It'd be great to hear any feedback, really, whether it's for my own personal video or if it's about the show. It's great to interact with you guys. So yes, I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.